Hello, everyone.
Coach. Coach, you guys with 8 turnovers in just each of the last 2 games, Darren just told us it's been a conscious effort. But when you watch the guys, what do you think has contributed to taking care of the basketball most?
Well, we're making the easy pass. We're attacking at a quicker pace. We're not making up our mind on passes. We're just letting whatever play happens, and everybody's been involved. And I think just talking about it, and these guys are good passers, good shooters, and just don't try to do too much. Just do what the defense allows you to do, and take it and go with it.
You mentioned a little bit of a quicker pace. This Timberwolves team also looking to push the ball. Where's the emphasis on just dictating the tempo of the game and make sure you guys are playing at the pace that you want to?
Well, I think our pace is slower than their pace. So it's always our tempo that we want, and try to control their tempo. And it means executing, not turning the ball over, getting good shots. And when we make shots, it certainly helps keep them from getting in transition. But it's executing and not turning the ball over, and then getting back.
Lionel, you mentioned passing a couple times. You guys are near the top of the NBA in secondary assists. The pass that leads the pass to the basket. What do you attribute that to in your offense?
Well, guys just sharing the ball and playing with each other, and not caring who scores. I mean, that's the bottom line when you're playing. You just, as long as it says Brooklyn Nets on the front. And when we play defense, we want everybody to try to stop the other team, because it's not just one player stopping one player. It's our team stopping one player. And it's the same way on offense. It's not just one guy scoring. It's whomever is open. And as long as it's Brooklyn Nets guy scoring, then we're in good shape. And I think our guys are starting to get it and share with everybody. And more guys are getting involved and being aggressive. And that's the way basketball was created.
Certainly, Andrew Wiggins has had some big comparisons at a very early age. What kind of potential do you see in him, or have you seen enough of him to even analyze that type of thing?
Not really. I mean, he's a very athletic kid. There's a long ways to go to be compared to anyone who's done it for 14 or 15 years in this league. Potential is potential. It hasn't been a reality yet. And certainly he has the athleticism, the quickness to possibly be, but it's not just about athleticism and quickness in this league. It's about, skill, and it's about having a strong will. The great ones have been tough. The great ones have been very high-level mental toughness and the will to want to get it done out there.
Lionel, when you won in Detroit, you said any NBA win is great. A win on the road is really great. Conversely, what's the importance and the value of establishing home court?
Well, that's where it starts. If you can win 35 games at home, you're on your way. 35, 36 wins at home. And you win 10 more on the road. You don't have to have a winning record on the road, but 10 more gives you 45, 46 wins. Obviously, that's not our goal, but we want to establish that nobody can come in here and expect to win. And with you come in here, it's going to be a battle, and that's where you lay your foundation. Then you go out and you try to win on the road and here and there, because the road is really tough, and we want to be really tough at home.
Thank you.
Tim Walsh is going to get an award tonight. Tim Walsh for training. You've been in the league since the 70s. How much has the role of the trainer changed over that time?
Well, I don't think his role has changed.
Not his role, just the role.
Their roles have changed because they got more help. When I came in the league, the trainer, he helped the coach, He kept some stats, kept timeouts, kept fouls, which most trainers still do. They don't allow anybody else to do that. And they wash the uniforms. They handle the hotel. They handle the per diem. They handle the buses, the cars back when I played. And, so now, there's a person that specifically does those types of things, and they're moved away from being the person that did everything to delegating a lot of it. We have an assistant trainer. We have a rehab trainer. And, there's a bunch of interns. So, they get fat lazy now.
And what has it been like working with Tim specifically?
Tim's a good guy. I've known Tim a long time. Yeah, that's the beauty of the NBA. You get to meet these guys when they're in other positions and you're in other positions. And Tim has always been a good guy, and he's fun to work with. He's got a good sense of humor. Anybody that's got a good sense of humor is fun to work with.
Anyone else?
How much different does this Wolves team look defensively to you?
I don't know. I've only seen a couple of tapes on them. I mean, they're a young team. They're athletic. They gamble a lot on defense. And one of the messages for us was to be careful, because they're always trying to team to gamble. If you take care of the ball, you can hurt them. But I don't know. I mean, it's too young in the season to say how much they've changed. I mean, they look like they're trying to run more. They look like they're trying to play better defense. But where that is now, I don't know.
Lionel, you talked with the Wolves in April about their opening. Did that ever go anywhere back then?
I didn't hear what you said.
Your talks with the Wolves back in April when
It
they're...
was just an interview. They hired somebody else. That's where it went.
Okay, thank you.
All right.